What's going on, everybody? This is the second video of the day, and I'm going to discuss Ayesha Curry. She was on the Red Table Talk, a show by Jada, Pinkett Smith. You know, she brings people on to the show, and they discuss their private lives, all right? Now, in this situation, apparently, she was discussing groupies and how she's really, I won't say afraid, but she's worried that he's going to either leave her for a groupie or, you know, he's going to end up cheating. But, you know, you'd have to be very naive to think that she's the only woman he's ever been with, because they've been together since college. So married for 8 years, but you've been together since college, you know. They've been together since college, right? He even told the story about how they met, how, you know, basically he saw her, he liked her, he was into her, and he pursued her and was able to get with her. And she's worried that, you know, both of them being age 30, that he may be looking elsewhere, all right, that she will be replaced. I think a lot of women have this insecurity, you know, especially if they've been considered attractive their entire life and now they have to compete with other women, especially younger women, you know. According to the article, Ayesha Curry knows her marriage to NBA star Steph Curry is strong, but that doesn't make it easier when other women set their sights on the Golden State Warrior. Stephen is very nice by nature, and he's very talkative, Ayesha, who's 30, said in a clip from Jada Pinkett Smith's Red Table Talk via People. Everything is always very friendly, and sometimes to the point where I'm like, I'm a grown woman, so I just insert myself. I'd be like, hello, how are you doing? Let me just say this. There's a famous video clip of him doing a post-game interview, right? And it's with this very attractive woman who is she's like a sideline, I wouldn't say reporter, but I would say reporter, interviewer. And she was interviewing him after the game. And Ayesha went up to him. She's looking at him as he's looking at her. She's kissing him on his arm. She's being very affectionate towards her. And what's very interesting is that you can tell how insecure she was. And this was what, 4 years ago? 3 years ago? You know, now I will say this though. She must have been Steph Curry's type. You know, because she looked like Ayesha, you know. Basically, I think she might be a little taller than Ayesha, but she looked like Ayesha. So she knows that Steph has a type, and she knew that she's Steph Curry's type. And because the woman was being, you know, very smiling, being nice, you know what I'm saying, just being, you know. But see, that's the thing. Like, women know when other women are being flirtatious. I will say this though. Women know when other women are being flirtatious. They know when another woman is being very, you know, affectionate. And when they're into somebody, you know, women know, and she was there, and she was being overly affectionate. It's being overly obvious that, you know, she felt a little threatened by this particular female. Okay, so Ayesha, who married 31-year-old Steph Curry back in 2011, added, "I'm okay with it now, and obviously you know the devil is a liar. The ladies will always be lurking, hoping for their moment and waiting. But for me, I honestly hate it," she said. See, that's that insecurity. And that's what happens with a lot of women, man. Like, they know that the wall is undefeated, whether they say it or not. And I think she understands that. She understands that, you know, Steph could, you know, they could break up and he can get with a younger, attractive woman. But you see, that would hurt him too, because he may have to pay her, you know, spousal support, child support. So financially, if they were to break up, it wouldn't be good for Steph. But I think she likes being married. I think she likes being a part of a family. She doesn't want to be a single mother. She doesn't know what that's like. You know, I believe she grew up in a 2-parent home. She wants that. You know, Steph made a good choice marrying her because she understands marriage. She understands a family. That's why you cannot be out here trying to wife women who don't know what it's like to be in a home with 2 parents. Because if you do that, then she's gonna be quick to get out of that relationship, because either it's not something she's used to, and she doesn't know what it's like to have a full family anyway. So it's good for him to be able to be with somebody who wants to be a mom, wants to, raise the kids and be a wife, and not have to be a single mother. Because there are women out there, unfortunately, that are comfortable having children with these guys and then divorcing these guys or breaking up with these guys, because they themselves didn't really want to be in that situation anyway. They're just there because, for the bags. But they're not necessarily there because they want a family. They want a family dynamic, a family unit. And I think Ayesha wants that. And the fact that she's voicing these concerns lets me know that she knows that he may have a wandering eye. But you can't really stop that. Men are going to be men at the end of the day. I'm not saying Steph is messing around with all these different women, but, if Steph is attracted to other women, there's nothing you can really do about that. Just like if you're attracted to other men, there's really nothing he can do about that. Parents of daughters Riley 6 and Ryan 3 and 10-month-old son Cannon. Ayesha and Steph are very much about their family dynamic, but do make a conscientious effort to put their relationship first. Putting ourselves first and making sure that we make time for date nights and for each other, Ayesha told HelloGiggles.com in January. That's been very important, as hard as it is, because when you become a parent, you want to put your kids first. And we do, but we do it second to our relationship. You see, that's the thing about Ayesha, you know what I'm saying? She's been voted wife of the year. She understands family. She understands a unit. That's why she's married. Women who understand a patriarchal structure in a relationship understands that you have to set aside time for you and him, not you and your girlfriends, not you and your family members, but you and your husband. Okay? Because there are women out here who will get married and will still be trying to have, a life outside of that marriage. And that's just not going to work. Because if he got married to you, if a man got married to you and he was out with his boys every other night or most of the time when he's not working, he's with his friends or with other people besides you, you would feel some type of way. Marriages are not working nowadays because people are so selfish. They get in these relationships and marriages and they still thinking about themselves. They still see themselves as being single. They just got somebody at home. The values, the want to, the effort. It takes effort to make a relationship work. It takes effort. You can't be lazy in a relationship. You can't. It's an everyday thing. You have to know what you want. You have to know what you're building towards. And I think a lot of the mistakes that a lot of athletes make is that they meet women when they have everything. They got the money, or they have the fame, and women are with them because of that. Not all the times, but a lot of times they are. And what happens is once that player is no longer in the spotlight, he doesn't have those big contracts. Once he's retired, those women, they realize that they really don't like those guys like that and end up divorcing those guys. They want to be single again, while you support them, of course. They're okay with having your kids because your kids are a means to an end. They're a means to an end. But they don't really like you like that. But the thing with Steph, he met her when he was at Davidson. So because he met her in college, when he was the son of a former basketball player, but he wasn't Steph Curry. He was coming into his own at Davidson. It took him a couple years, but he was coming into his own as a player. She didn't think he'd be this great NBA player. And not to say that she's not with him because he played basketball, but they've been together ever since, and you have to applaud that effort. You have to applaud the effort of Ayesha Curry, that she's been able to stay with him for this amount of time, and she's being honest about her insecurities. There are women out there who won't admit it, but they are insecure about men looking at other women, being attracted to other women and then maybe leaving them for other women, not feeling as attractive as they was in the beginning, relationship. I said this in my Sin Santana Joe Budden video that I produced today. I talked about how that relationship started to break down when she was admitting that Joe was not, as attracted to her in the sexual capacity as he was when they first got together. And that really bothers women, man. Why you think women be putting up the posts that they put up? Seeking the likes, seeking the comments, seeking the DMs. Women want that. They want to feel like they're the most beautiful woman in the world. But that's not always the case. And there are women out there that just have a hole in their soul that will never be filled. No matter how many likes they get, no matter how many comments they get, they will still have that hole in their soul. And they will try to fill it by sleeping around with different men, getting into different relationships, posting all over social media, and it will never be filled. You know why? Because throughout their life, they've never known love. They've never known affection. They've never really had a mother and a father there who were able to be there for them, take care of them, and teach them the values of life. Steph Curry had that with his mother and father. Ayesha has had that, and it seems to me like she don't want to go nowhere. Like she seemed like she, but again, looks can be deceiving, but Ayesha's never given me any indications that she's just there for the money. She's just there because, he's famous. Because again, she was with him when he was just, a small, point guard from Davidson, who basically did come out of nowhere and became, one of the best players who wasn't in a Power 5 conference. You know what I'm saying? She was there before he became who he was. And I think that with Ayesha, people can say, well, she's insecure, she's afraid he's going to leave her. I think she's somebody who wants to make that situation work. She has 3 kids by this guy. Just recently had a 3rd one. There are women out there that do want the family. They want the mother and the father. They want to raise children together. You don't see it a lot anymore. There were women who were literally hating on Ayesha because they're not Ayesha, because they'll never have a man putting a ring on their finger, thinking that they're worthy. But the thing is, with athletes, a lot of these guys end up choosing the wrong women. They're getting into relationships with these women, marrying these women, then a year or 2 later, they're divorcing, See, these women going to be on point while you got everything. But once it starts to slip away, once you're no longer in the spotlight, then you're going to see how much that particular female really cares about you, But these are just my opinions, people, mixed with facts, of course. Let me stick in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts on this video.